its air charged with tension and anticipation.
The marble walls seemed to lean in, listening.
Cameras lined the back like silent sentinels, waiting to capture a headline, a soundbite, or perhaps a legacy.
The world outside was already divided, but inside that chamber, something deeper was about to unfold, something far more human than politics. Senator Elizabeth Warren stood at the podium, her voice sharp and resolute. Her speech was fiery, passionate, and unapologetically modern. She spoke of change, of the new generation rising to claim the future, of shaking off what she called the relics of a bygone era. Her words cut through the hall like glass.
And then she said it.
"Some in this chamber," she declared, her eyes sweeping the room before landing on Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana, "still cling to outdated ideas, relics of the past, men who don't understand the direction America needs to go."
The room went quiet.
Even the echo of her last words seemed afraid to move.
All eyes turned to Kennedy.
The 72-year-old senator leaned back in his chair, a slow grin forming beneath his silver hair. His pen stopped tapping. He looked every bit the relic she had just described, but there was something in his eyes, something alive, sharp, and dangerous.
When he finally rose, it was slow, deliberate, almost theatrical.
The microphone crackled as he adjusted it. "Madam Senator," he began in his warm southern drawl, "I do appreciate your enthusiasm.
But before you write my obituary, maybe you ought to learn what's kept me alive this long."
A few quiet chuckles rippled across the room. Warren folded her arms, trying not to flinch. Kennedy continued, voice steady and rich, each word landing like a hammer wrapped in velvet.
"You call me a relic," he said.
"But relics, ma'am, are things that last.
They survive the storms.
They remind people of who they are when the world tries to make them forget." He paused, glancing around the chamber.
"You talk about progress, and I respect that. But progress doesn't mean burning down the past, it means building on the foundation it gave you."
He reached into his coat pocket and pulled out a folded piece of yellowed paper.
"You see this? This is a letter my father wrote me when I was 16.
He said, 'Son, never let the world tell you that wisdom gets old.
It just gets lonely.'"
Kennedy's voice softened, but the silence in the room deepened. "So if being a relic means I still believe in honesty, in hard work, in shaking a man's hand and meaning it, then I'll wear that word like a badge." Warren shifted slightly, her expression caught between defensiveness and discomfort.
Kennedy wasn't shouting. He wasn't mocking.
He was teaching, and that made it sting more than any insult could. He took a breath, and his tone changed, becoming almost reflective. "When I was a young lawyer, I worked under a woman who taught me more about courage than anyone I'd ever met. She was older, slower, sometimes called outdated.
But she nev.